Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Nathan Ronen, CFA here. This is a update for those people that took the February 2025 Level 3 exam and did not pass. If you passed the exam, you probably don't need to listen to this recording, and you might want to listen to my other recording that I did with congratulatory remarks to you. But this is specifically designated for those people that did not pass. I don't like to say failed because you didn't fail. You just did not pass the Level 3 exam in February 2025 and just got your results today on April 22nd. So let's talk a little bit and see what happened. Okay, if you'd like to continue to receive these updates as I post them on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, please feel free to do so by pressing the subscribe button and the notifications bell. All right, let's get going. Nathan, I didn't pass my Level 3 exam. I'm devastated. I'm defeated. I'm destroyed. I am livid. I am so upset. It's a sting, absolutely. I'm not going to take away from that. I do understand that feeling that you might have, but that's not what you're not defeated. You should not be destroyed. I mean, it's an exam. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put this into perspective. It's an exam, okay? And you just didn't make it this time around. You have 6 times at the wheel. You will never need, hopefully, to ever take 6 times the Level 3 exam if you do it correctly. Your score does matter, okay? I mean, obviously, I don't want to minimize the fact that you did not pass the exam, but at the same time, there are things that I need to say to you now that may be a little difficult to swallow and may not be what you want to hear right now, but I don't want to say to you, oh, I'll just go it again, just try again, and sort of fluff it off, okay? I understand your position of not passing an exam after putting in effort, whether it's your first time taking the Level 3 exam, second time, or more, okay? I did not pass my Level 2 exam on the first time around, and I learned my lesson, and I understood why I didn't pass, and I didn't really do a dissection of my exam scores, okay? One of the things that I think is least helpful to you right now is to sit down and look at your scores, and which was out of 3,600, okay? I mean, you all know the pass rate was 49%. Pass rate for the Level 3 exam in February 2025 was 49%. But a lot of you are probably sitting down right now and looking at those boxes and seeing the 6 topics or 6 areas that they gave you feedback on, which was asset allocation, portfolio construction, ethics and professional standards, performance measurement, derivatives and risk management, and then, of course, if you did the portfolio management pathway, the portfolio management pathway. So you have those 6 different topics, and you're looking at them. I scored under 50 here, over 50 there. Honestly, I'm trying to be very direct. I think you're wasting a lot of time, okay? You know what happened. You didn't pass. The end, okay? Trying to say, oh, I was 10 points away from 3,600. I was at 3,590, or, I was at 3,550, or I was... You're just spiraling. You're just creating a lot of unnecessary anxiety and frustration for you. This is the score that you got relative to all the people that took that exam in February. Period. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay? And just because you got a 3,590 or 3,550 or 3,420 or... It doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. The board determined it's a not passing. Okay? And that is relative to the other people. If they were to take that February 2025 exam as is, no questions changing. Of course, this is not what they're going to do, but I'm just explaining it to you. If they took those same exact essays, those same exact item sets, those same exact questions, and they put it as your August exam, your scores would be either an automatic pass, much higher, much lower, less than whatever you got this time, or exactly the same, probably not exactly the same, but either higher or lower, okay? Why? Because the pool of candidates taking the exam with you would be different, okay? And their scores would be different, and the people grading your exam would be different. There is a 50% subjectivity component to this exam. Graders are grading your constructed responses. I call them essays. You want to call them constructed responses. It's the same thing. Constructed responses. You have graders grading it. There is a subjectivity component that you have no control over. You want control over it, but I'm being very direct with you. You don't have control over it. The essays, those constructed responses, are, in my opinion, the determining factor for candidates, whether they pass or fail the level 3 exam and get their charter. Everybody knows how to do item sets. Everybody knows if they have choices A, B, and C, how to select the answer or come up with something or eliminate an answer or whatever. But the constructed responses is where the rubber meets the road. You need to be able to do well on those, and you need to give the graders what they're looking for, and you just didn't do that this time around. Regardless of what you did on mock exams, regardless of what you did on prep, providers' database of questions or the CFA Institute's database of questions, it really doesn't matter. The end result is it didn't work. Now, good, we put that behind us, all right? You need time to heal, okay, if you want to call it healing, okay? I mean, you need time to heal. Please absorb the result. You don't need to go on every forum right now and listen to people who passed or people who failed and commiserate with them. It's not going to do you any good. It's not going to help. That's like you having some kind of illness and going online and talking to everybody that has that illness. Misery breeds company, okay? So you don't need to seek out other people that are not happy right now and try to find an explanation for how you did. You didn't pass. You're an adult. I love you. I really love you. But you can do this. You can definitely get this done next time around. Now, next question. People always ask me, Nathan, I need to know, should I sign up right away for the August exam? Honestly speaking, and I'm being very direct here, it is really your choice, okay? I understand you want to get this over with. You want the letters. August is, 3 months away. The material is fresh in your mind, you believe, even though you haven't probably looked at it in the last 8 weeks. It's all fresh in your mind. You remember everything. My suggestion is you can if you want to. I probably wouldn't. Okay. It's already the end of April. I consider this the end of April. April 22nd to me is like the end of April. So we're almost at the beginning of May. So you're talking about May, June, July, and taking your exam in August. Okay. I understand there's not a lot of material, but here's my suggestion to you. If you really studied amazingly hard and you used the actual learning ecosystem or the curriculum and you read everything and you've gone through everything, okay, you can go for August, okay, if that's really going to make you happy. If you didn't even look at the curriculum, if you didn't do anything in the curriculum, you just bought some company's prep notes, for example, or you just watched videos, or, the instructor that you had for level 1 and level 2 got you through, and now at level 3, you came up short, but you didn't do any kind of real reference to the CFA curriculum or the CFA learning ecosystem, no, sir, no, ma'am. I would not take that exam in August. I would take it in February next year, and you'll find that you did the right thing. You won't be studying, a whole, slew of new readings or anything like that. Everything will gel together. And I would actually decide to sign up with me for the February 2026 exam. I think you should get started as soon as possible instead of cramming or trying to fit it into 3 months or 2 months, and do things, continuously to reinforce. And I will walk you through that, but I would definitely get started very soon on the February 2026 exam, especially if you never read the curriculum. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to do it. I will show you that you don't need to read every page, every diagram, every exhibit, where you need to focus, where you don't need to focus, how to do it, what order to do it. I mean, because the level 3 program is discombobulated. Okay, so again, my answer to you, you can't take it in February and you got to take it in August of this year, then your choice is made for you. You studied really hard. You did everything you could. You read every little note. You did everything in the curriculum. You solely relied on the CFA Institute's materials. Then maybe you want to give it a go again in August. But for the majority of you, whether you did a lot of stuff in the curriculum or not, I would probably select February 2026, not rush it. You take it in February 2026, work with me. I will get you through it. you will see something very completely different from any other prep provider that you've used or how they approach it. I am not going to sit there and regurgitate the books and PowerPoint slides and, just tell you war stories and give you lots of information that you don't need just to fill up a whole bunch of videos. It is going to be laser sharp, and you're going to learn how to do the essays. You're going to learn how to give the graders what they want on those constructed response questions. We will get this done, okay? And if that's of interest to you, check out my website, chalkandboard.org. That's CHALKAND, board, BOARD. That's chalkandboard.org. And again, if you're going to play the money game, I'm going to just choose the cheapest, alternative that's available in the marketplace and look for a $50 program, well, that's your choice too. I can't stop you from doing that. But again, you get what you pay for a lot of times in life. And that's a hard lesson to learn. And you're spending a lot of time on this and you're dedicating a lot of your resources. So I think adequate prep is good. But I want to, again, extend, my understanding to you that I do understand what you've gone through. I understand it's not a result you wanted. But failure leads to success. That's the key. Failure leads to success. You can pass this exam, you can get the charter, and don't worry about anybody else and what they studied or how they did it. Join me, work with me, and I will help you get through this in either August, if you want to do August, or February of next year in 2026, and be done. All right? And for now, I would just basically take maybe a day or two off and just sort of relax and soak in the news and not worry about it, not think about it, and definitely don't be depressed about it or get into a depression about this, because it's only an exam. And as I tell people, this is not pancreatic cancer. Okay, this is not something that is irreversible. Okay, this is totally reversible, and I hope you understand what I'm saying. And I'm not belittling or I'm not minimizing your results. I'm just saying, in the big scheme of things, when you pass in August or in February next year, you're not going to think twice about the fact that you didn't pass it in February of 2025. That's my suggestions to you. If you have any questions, reach out to me. And again, I'm very disappointed to hear that you didn't make it, but let's do it in August or February. Have a good day.